with a special episode NFL mock draft edition. Here back with the boys, Brian Kuiper Jr., JoJo. How's it going, guys?
It's been a long time, man. Both of you guys are wearing glasses now. That's crazy. It's been.
I got more sophisticated since we last met. Definitely just for this draft, I got to put on the glasses. I got to analyze.
I'd be like the coaches, the GMs.
Yeah,
and look a little more.
We got to catch up with Brian with his glasses.
Yeah, we use it for film study.
I'm like this when I film study. I can't see, guys. I can't see. Oh, there we go.
I definitely feel smarter with these on. It's like it's a different. Your whole life just changes when you get glasses. It's crazy. Definitely not as good looking. Whatever.
What's 17 times? Let's actually test your knowledge. What's 17 times 3, for example?
17 times 3, 51.
It's pretty good. You got it.
Man, what the fuck?
You got it.
Yeah,
it took Brian like a second.
That's crazy. The glasses do work.
I guess so.
It works.
Well, let's see how smart we are when it comes to this draft. We're going to go up kind of like head-to-head with each other. I know the past couple of years, I've dominated Brian, just dominated for the past 5 years. I think last year I got like 7 right, the year before 15 right in the first round. I haven't gone up against Joey yet, but I'm sure he's going to be competitive, so I'm excited to go up against Joey. This is going to be a good one.
All I know is I beat Kuiper and McShay last year. I know that. I got 9 right, I believe. Actually, they did pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. I think he had like the first 5 correct, like perfect. That was insane.
Yeah, I was telling Brian, I'm liking McShay's mock draft better than Kuiper's. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's all.
I didn't even see any of their mock drafts really this year. I'm watching more like NFL Network, but
I go for the Twitter, man. It's just where the beat writers are at. That's where you get all the information of who what teams are liking. So I'm gonna try to be more on what is out there versus what I feel like they should do. That's where I'm going with this draft or this mock. But let's see.
All right, well, go ahead and let's kick it off. Go ahead, Joey. Who's your first pick?
I have the Jaguars picking Trayvon Walker. I've seen that Trent Baalke, the GM, is putting his fingerprint on an opposite bookend of Josh Allen. Pair that rush and rush the passer more efficiently.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that the trend is going towards Trayvon Walker now, but I'm sticking with Aiden Hutchinson. I think they're gonna just go with the safer guy. I really think that Trayvon Walker is just a smokescreen to get people to trade for that first overall pick because a lot of people really want Trayvon Walker. They think he's gonna fall. So if the Jaguars put it out there, if they're gonna pick him first overall, it's gonna entice teams to try to trade up. So yeah, I'm sticking with Aiden Hutchinson.
You know, Yosef, you impress me. As much of a conspiracy theorist you are, you still bring it to the draft. I have a conspiracy that they're trying to trade. Yeah, of course, you would do something like that. They're going with Trayvon Walker, man. He fits the mold. Trayvon Walker, first overall pick. Book it.
All right.
Second, go ahead. Brian.
Oh, Brian? We're gonna round robin it?
Whatever.
And then Lions, I got Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, he's probably the best player in this whole draft, so I think the Lions get the best value right there. He fits like a Dan Campbell type of guy.
That's what I was about to say. I was just going to add, like, I have 800 at number 2. We'll go right to Yosef just for that exact reason. It's a Dan Campbell guy. Move. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and for number 2, if it's either Hutchinson or Walker, I mean, whoever is there, and it's going to be Walker for me. So Trayvon Walker to the Lions.
All right.
And then I'll go ahead with number 3. For my number 3 pick, the Houston Texans, I have them getting Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end out of Oregon. I think he's a lot of people have him slipping, I've seen, but I still think he's one of the top 3 players in this draft, and I really like him. I talked about him on the Combine show. So I think the Texans are just going to go for the best defensive player available, and that's him. So Thibodeau, number 3.
You want to go or want me to go, Brian?
I'll go. I got them taking Ahmad Gardner. They got the sauce. They want the sauce. They got the sauce. He's a 6'3" corner. You can always get like a really good corner, but his size I think is so like rare at 6'3" that's what makes him 3rd overall pick.
Well, this is the first pick where we're all different. I'll say that. My first mock, Brian, I did have the sauce at number 3, so it's not too far fetched. I don't disagree with you. That's definitely a need. But I'm gonna go with the fact that Davis Mills showed something. This as he played, he got better and better, and I think they want to protect him and give him a shot. So I'm going to go with Evan Neal at number 3 with the tackle out of Alabama.
Wow. All right. This is going to be interesting. Actually, I heard from a source that the Texans are really high on Thibodeau or Garner. I think it's going to be between one of those two. But number 4.
I've heard otherwise, but all good. Who's number 4?
Well, we all have our sources. Number 4, the New York Jets. I have Ahmad Garner going here. I think Robert Saleh really wants to get a really good shutdown corner. Can't get better than Ahmad Garner. If it's not Garner and Thibodeau's still there, it'll probably be Thibodeau. But for my mock draft, I'm sticking with Ahmad Garner, number 4.
Okay.
I'll go second on this one. I have Ike Ekwonu going to the Jets here. I know they have Mekhi Becton, but I don't think they really. I think I think his contract is up sooner or later, and I think his earning out is welcome. He also hasn't been the healthiest in the past couple of years too. So, and if he is healthy and he stays on the team, even past this year, I think you have 2 bookend tackles to protect Zach Wilson. I think a lot of these teams that have quarterbacks now they just want to protect them and give them the best opportunity to succeed and throw the ball. So I'm going Ike Ekwonu, who also can be number 1 in any of these top 4 picks.
Sure.
I'm going with Kayvon Thibodeau. It was really between him and Stingley. I don't think they need an offensive tackle quite yet. They signed Morgan Moses to like a 3-year, $15 million contract to play tackle. So I don't see why they'll go ahead and get another tackle. Who was solid defense coordinator for in his previous job?
49ers.
What player did they draft that completely changed that defense around?
Nick Bosa.
Defensive end, Nick Bosa. That's who they're going with. They're going with another defensive end. That's who I got.
Not bad. Corner can play guard, so there's versatility. It's not just playing tackle too, but yeah.
Yeah, but a guard that high is
like I said, if the Texans do get Gardner, then I could see that for sure. So it all depends on the 3rd pick. For the 5th, the Giants. The Giants, it's kind of tricky here. I feel like they're going to go corner and tackle with their 2 picks. So I was kind of iffing of who do they go with first, because I know they're looking at the Panthers behind them, knowing that the Panthers, well, they're in between their 2 picks. So the Panthers, they know they need a tackle and a cornerback as well. So who do they try to get first, Stingley or Evan Neal, one of these other tackles? But ultimately ended up picking Evan Neal for this pick, tackle out of Alabama. I think they go with him. And then they know Panthers are going to get a tackle as well. So Giants are going to go with a corner at 7. I just gave it my next 3 picks, but I got Neal right here with the Giants, number 5.
I got Stingley going with the Giants. My thought process is why I agree that they want to get a tackle, but why get a tackle right now? Panthers probably want to move back. So there might be someone that go ahead and jumps in front of the Giants' 7th pick and perhaps get Stingley. So I think this way they get the corner, and then whoever tackle is left over for the 7th pick, they go with that. So Stingley, 5th overall.
I'm going Charles Cross. I think this is an interior in the trenches, top end of the draft if no one trades. So I'm going 2 D linemen and 3 straight O linemen. A lot of these, especially the Giants and the Jets, have 2 picks. I think they, since especially if this round for this pick for the Giants, I'm sorry, they need to get this particular player now because obviously, like you said, behind them, the Panthers need a tackle, and then they can address the other need behind them because they pick 8th or 7th, I should say. Go ahead.
Yeah, it makes sense. I've heard the Giants are high on Cross as well, but I'm not sure how true that is. But what I know for sure is the Panthers are really high on Charles Cross, and they also want to trade. So Panthers could definitely trade, but if they don't, I have them picking Charles Cross here, tackle, Mississippi State. Let's go.
I'm shocked at you, though, Joseph. I thought you would. I'm not shocked. I'm actually applaud you because I know you would want Kayvon Thibodeau here.
Oh, I love Kayvon Thibodeau.
I know you would want him here. So I'm shocked that you did not put him there. You put your personal biases to the side. So I commend you. but I have them taking the D end. It is not Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm not going to make you happy. I've been hearing a lot of things out of Jermaine Johnson, out of Florida State.
Oh, no way.
So I know this is going to make you upset when this happens, and I'm going to laugh because I know I'm getting this pick right.
Oh, my gosh. I hope not, man. I really hope your sources are wrong on this one. Brian.
I got Panthers going with Ikem Ekwonu. Panthers are definitely going offensive line. They're either going offensive line or they're trading out. They might have
Jermaine Johnson. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, they might have as bad as the offensive line as the Dolphins. That's how bad their offensive line is. They're picking a player out of Carolina, homegrown talent. That's who they're going with.
I like all of our differences. This is going to be a crazy draft.
And they could also take a quarterback here. They could also take Kenny Pickett.
No, there's no way they're getting a quarterback.
I mean, look. There's always those picks where you're just like, what the hell are they thinking? So of course we think we pick better than them.
Yeah, that's true. But for the 7th, I mentioned it earlier, the New York Giants. I do think they go tackle and corner with their 2 picks. And over here, you still have Stingley on the board at 7. So that's a no-brainer. Giants go Derek Stingley. I still think they trade Bradbury this coming offseason. So they're going to need that top corner, and Stingley's right there. So this is a no-brainer.
I went with Evan Neal. He's like one of the last great offensive linemen left. They need another good.
So we just switched our 5th and 7th.
Yeah. So they're going with Neal.
Can you guys hear me? My mic went out.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to go with – I am doing tackle. Technically, I just went tackle first. I went cross first for the Giants. I'm going with Sauce Gardner on this one, so I'm still addressing the corner need. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. He's a top corner. So they get both their needs in 5 and 7.
All right. Oh, my mock draft just disappeared. All right, for number 8, this one's kind of my first kind of – I don't want to say shocker, but kind of just a sleeper. I have the Atlanta Falcons getting Jameson Williams, wide receiver, Alabama. I still think he's the top guy. I know he got injured, but I think the Falcons, knowing that they're so bad that they're not even going to compete this season anyways, might as well get the top receiver, give him time to heal, and when he comes back, they got the top guy. And you've seen the Falcons draft Alabama receivers before. We got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley. They're going to continue the trend and get Jameson Williams. Let's go.
Okay. I was actually thinking about going that route because they kept drafting like Alabama receivers. But then the last Alabama receiver they drafted kind of left a sour taste in their mouth. So I'm going to go like the opposite way right now. Yeah. And then in about 2 seconds, you're going to see Joey's computer kind of lift up 2 inches from his boner. I'm going with Garrett Wilson from Ohio State.
I want him to go there.
That's my receiver I'm going with. Great yards after the catch type of guy. I think that's who they're going to get.
Not a bad pick, of course. I would love to. Just want my guy to succeed. And Mariota is the quarterback as of now. So but aside from tight end, does Atlanta have like anything kind of filled as a position? Like it's all a need. Everything across the board is a need for them. And I'm actually going to go with receiver as well. But I've been hearing a lot of things out of their beat writers and a lot of their fandom stuff too. Is that they really like Drake London. I think it's just a thing to help out Mariota. I think Arthur Smith tends to like bigger receivers. AJ Brown and things like that. So I think that's the direction they're going. The 50-50 balls. I think they're going to need a guy that can really win those. Not to say Garrett Wilson cannot, but just that height. To help out, I think is going to be a big, big need and a win for them if they get Drake London.
Nice. Well, y'all got 3 different receivers here. That's funny. I'm glad you picked a different receiver other than the 2 Ohio State receivers. That's not biased.
A little bit here. You guys
are
see where they're going.
He's probably saving it so they can go in the 3rd round to the Raiders. I think that's to be honest with you.
No, man. I've actually put Garrett Wilson on a team that I don't really, really outside of Atlanta. I don't want him to go to the team that I'm gonna have him going to, but you'll see shortly. I'll just kick off number 9. I have Kayvon Thibodeau going here, and I think there was a tweet recently that it was actually on the pod of Move the Sticks with Daniel Jeremiah. He said Kayvon Thibodeau will not go past number 9. That's how much Pete Carroll, if he slips there, he's taking him. My mock went there, so Kayvon Thibodeau to Pete Carroll, Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever you want to call it. I think there's a connection there. Boom, boom.
Yeah, I can see that if he slips there, but I don't think he will. I know the Seahawks.
He's getting a lot of steam. So it's interesting because you guys had him go early. And I don't mean to interject too much. We had a good flow going, but like Jermaine Johnson's been getting steam too. There's there's all the props out there that he can go in the top 5, and then I think there's a prop out there for I think Kayvon Thibodeau outside of 5.5. So I think that's just kind of where this kind of steam is kind of heading. So I have him going outside the top 5, top 6 even. So
Yeah, I guess depends how these teams. Because what I heard a knock on him was that he gave really bad interviews and his attitude and whatnot. So it just depends on the teams like him or not. I think the Texans. I don't think they really care. I think they will take him early. But for the Seahawks here, they do have a need at the edge, but I still have Ikonanu still on the board, and they have a need at tackle too. So I don't think they pass up him if he's there. So I have Ikonanu tackle for the Seahawks here.
So for my Seahawks pick, I just thought what would be the weirdest pick because that's what they go with. Is it a guy from like Utah? Is it a guy from like a Division III school? Because they just always pick someone that you like never heard of. Originally, I was thinking tackle, but they didn't give a shit about the offensive line when Russell Wilson was there. Why would they give a shit now? So I'm going to go with defensive end. I'm going with Jermaine Johnson. He's going to be the pick for the Seahawks. You can book it.
Yeah, like I said, they need an edge guy. Jermaine Johnson being there, I can see it. I'll go ahead with number 10, the New York Jets. This is where I have Garrett Wilson going.
Me too. I don't want him to go there, but that's where I got him. I actually had him originally at 4, but I was like, you know what? Let's just swap these around. I think they
wow. So one of us finally agrees on something. So we both have Garrett Wilson to the New York Jets.
Wilson to Wilson.
They have a huge need. Huge need for wide receiver, and Garrett Wilson being there. I mean, you can't really. He's probably one of the top receivers in this draft. So, yeah, I think this is a no-brainer at 10. You just want to add on to that, Joey, since you have the same guy? All good. Brian, who you got?
My 10 pick, I'm calling a trade. They're trading to the 49ers for Deebo Samuels. And then 49ers are going to go ahead and pick Jameson Williams.
I mean, we're calling trades on this?
I didn't know we were doing that. Already. Is that like extra points?
Usually no, but I think I'm calling it right here. He's going to the 49ers.
No, make your actual Jets pick, and then trades.
I think Jameson Williams is going regardless, 10th overall to whichever team. Jets need a wide receiver. If not, they're going to trade it for the vet. Book it.
I mean, that wouldn't usually happen if they wanted a receiver, they wouldn't trade out of it to give a receiver away. But
but he doesn't want to be on the team. You have no choice.
I got you. I don't think Debo's going anywhere. I think he's staying put. That sucks, but I think he's staying put. Who do you got for 11, man?
Pick overall. I'll go ahead. They're not called the Redskins anymore or whatever. The football team.
Commanders.
No way, the Commanders.
They sound like an AFL team or a USFL team. But don't. You guys watching USFL?
Like a minute. It's like no fans.
I watched for the first time over the weekend. I mean, I was like, damn, this is some rough football.
Yeah, there's literally no fans over there. But I'm going with Kyle Hamilton. Some people actually have him on the board first overall. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", safety.
First overall?
They have him like top-rated player on the board.
Oh, first safety, of course. Yeah.
Oh, so they need a safety. Coming into the season, he actually was like scheduled to be like a top 2 or 3 pick.
Yeah.
So I think it's great value. So that's who they're going with.
I agree. I have the same thing. Nothing more to add.
Yeah, I'm going a different route here. I think they're going to go receiver and complement McLaurin. And I think they run a really quick guy, fast guy. So I'm going to go Chris Olave here, wide receiver, Ohio State. I was going to put Lunds in here, so it was kind of a toss-up. Hamilton was in question as well, but eventually I settled on Chris Olave. I think McLaurin is going to push for him too. Another Ohio State guy. McLaurin's been kind of wanting out, so I think they're going to make him happy, get him a buddy. Chris Olave right there. For number 12, I'll go ahead and go. Here's where I have a trade. I don't know if I guess we're doing trades, so I have a trade here. I have the Steelers.
Now I have to go back and look at my trades. Jesus.
If the Vikings stay here, I have them getting Trent McDuffie. I have them Vikings getting Trent McDuffie either way, whether they trade or don't. But I have them trading with the Steelers. Steelers are going to come up to 12 and go ahead and grab Willis, quarterback. And Vikings are going to move to 19 and get to McDuffie once he lands there.
Well, I already had a couple trades go earlier, but because I feel like if the Steelers are going to come up, I think they would potentially get it over Seattle too, because I don't think they believe in Drew Lock. I think they're pubbing him. I don't know why, but I think that's where I would think they would go. Malik Willis definitely with the Steelers. I have him later on. With this pick, I am going with Derek Stingley because I still have him on the board. I think it's a no-brainer if he falls this far. I mean, there has been some issues with him, so he has lost some steam. I mean, like Kyle Hamilton, like Kayvon Thibodeau, they were all like top 5 picks, but due to interviews and performance, especially Stingley, he had after his freshman year, he has gone down, but he still has his extreme talent. But he fills a need. He's the second best corner on the board or in the draft, and they're going to take him.
I got McDuffie going to the Vikings. I really, really like him. He's actually one of my favorite players in the draft. He's small but feisty, just like any Mexican girlfriend, I feel like. But yeah, he's going to the Vikings.
I have McDuffie in mock draft 1 because I had Stingley going earlier, but yeah, so I'm with you guys. King corner is a definitely need for them. I'll go to the Houston second pick. I had Houston going with Evan Neal first. So I felt like their next need was receiver to keep building on that offense and give Davis Mills the time to succeed. And I think a couple of you mentioned it, if not both of you already, take Jamison Williams off the board. So I'm taking Jamison Williams here. I think it addresses the needs for them at tackle and wide receiver and building that offense.
Yeah, I agree with you with the need for receiver. But I have Drake London slotted here because he's the next best guy on the board. So I think he slips down to the Texans here, 13.
I got him taking Charles Cross, last like elite offensive tackle left on the board. So I think great value for him.
Before we move on to the next one, let's get Rodrigo's question here. Hey, bro, I'm a Jets fan. What do you think the Jets are doing at 4 and 10?
Nice.
So I had at 4, I had Ahmad Gardner. And at 10, I had Garrett Wilson. So 2 pretty good picks on both ends of the ball.
Yeah, I had Ike Kwanu and I had Garrett Wilson at 10. So 4 tackle and wide receiver.
Yeah. Rodrigo, I'm not going to tell you what I think they're going to do. I'm going to tell you what I know they're going to do. They're drafting Thibodeau with the 4th overall pick. With the 10th overall pick, they're trading for Deebo Samuel. You can book it. I guarantee it.
I'm sure he would love that. Rodrigo's going to love you for saying they're getting Deebo.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have to trade maybe more than just the 10th? They have to trade
I think like a first and a second. There's Adams went for a first and second. Hill went for first and second. That way Deebo was going for 2 firsts.
Oh, yeah, I forgot how dumb the Dolphins were trading away all their picks for Hill. Forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me.
In addition, when I said about like Steelers potentially trading up in front of like maybe even Carolina, even if they're rumoring at QB or Seattle, I think Seattle can also trade for Baker, and they're going to pretty much get him for nothing. So that's another thing to look out for to give him a veteran QB. But
I hope the Panthers just don't get any QB. Just settle with Darnold. I don't want anybody else right now. Next year we'll get a QB.
You're making fun of the Dolphins trading for Hill, but you guys traded for like Darnold. That's like the funny one. But
I have to let out the stress on someone, okay?
All right. Well, with the 14th overall pick, let's keep it rolling.
Keep going.
The Ravens, I got Jordan Davis.
Me too.
I think it's like the perfect fit, like a big fat guy right in the middle. That's a Ravens pick.
Yep, that's me. He reminds a lot of people of Haloti Ngata, and I agree. Yeah. And they had a very, very good run defense when Haloti Ngata was there. So Jordan Davis, mountain.
I can see that, but I think they want to add some pressure off the end, and I have still Jermaine Johnson here on the board, so I'm going with Jermaine Johnson in the Ravens. 15. This is where I have. Glitching on your side?
Why is your glitching, bro? You glitched.
They can't handle this. They can't handle this. The screen cannot handle my next pick.
Pay your bills.
Oh, so you heard.
Yeah, I might go out soon. I don't know. But I have Jordan Davis slotted here to the Eagles. They released Fletcher Cox and then signed him back. He's getting older. This is probably his last year. They need the replacement. What better replacement than Jordan Davis to come in at top defensive tackle in the draft? They get him here at 15.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm going with Drake London. Rager sucks. Yeah, Rager sucks. Devontae Smith was okay, so they're going to add another wide receiver. I think that's the type of team that'll go ahead and do it. So Drake London to Philly.
I just can't see Drake London slipping this far, but definitely the need because I'm going receiver as well. And I'm going with my Ohio State Buckeye, Chris Olave. I think this would help Jalen Hurts with a precise route run. Not to say Devontae's not either. He's that. I think they need the best route runners in these past 2 drafts to give him some opportunity, even if he stays at quarterback. We don't even know. But he's fantasy friendly. We'll see. But Chris Olave to pair with Devontae Smith for Jalen Hurts. And I'll continue going.
The Eagles going receiver 3 straight times in the first round.
That's one thing I might change that. I might have to change this. Go right before the draft because I heard that.
This is the final lock.
I was like, dude, are they really going to go back to the well a third time after writing that? I was like, oh,
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, right. So I might change that one. But it is a definite need. I think they're going to pick up a receiver in the 2 picks anyway. But my 16th pick, New Orleans Saints, I think they're going to be pained when a receiver goes in front of them. But I have Trevor Penning. I think this is the guy that Brian highlighted in our prospect episode too, out of Northern Iowa. So I think that losing Terran Armstead was a huge need and a really, really big one for New Orleans.
I totally agree with that. I have Penning as well, the Saints.
Yeah, I got Penning as well. I think
that's a second. I think that's a second 3. Like that's first time or second time.
That might be the first one.
No, we did. I think we did. What was it? No, there was one. I swear.
If past history shows anything, if all 3 of us agree, go the opposite way. So it's
very true.
So the Chargers, I got Devontae Wyatt. I think they need a big guy in the middle. They don't have too many needs, but I think he's going to give them something to kind of help with the run. They help with Khalil Mack to get pressure on the quarterback. I think they're going to get something to help stop the run. So that's who I got.
I know they don't have much needs. One of them is defensive tackle position, but I've heard with Wyatt that he has attitude issues that he might even slip past the first round to the second round. So
really,
and I know they have a tackle need too. So I'm going to go ahead and I think they reach a little bit and get Tyler Smith, tackle of Tulsa here.
I'm going Devontae Wyatt. I think they have a good camp to kind of contain those kind of, I guess, issues with the off-field issues or whatever, or bad attitude. I think Brandon Staley runs a tight ship, and I guess pairing with that with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, I think that D-line is just going to be super crazy nuts. So I'm going Devontae Wyatt.
Okay. For 18, I have for the Eagles, their second pick in the first round, I have them getting Kyle Hamilton here. So I have them slipping down to the 18th pick. The Eagles have a need at safety, and I think they'll be overly excited if Kyle Hamilton is here at 18, and they'll get him within 2 seconds.
All right. I got him taking George Kalafdis. You basically said they're going to take Jordan Davis.
Kalafdis.
Yeah. They're going to take Jordan Davis to replace what's his name? Who's the defensive tackle in Philly?
Cox.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You know a lot about Cox. Come on.
You would definitely try to replace him. But I got them drafting him so they can replace Brandon Graham in the future. So that's who I got.
I have Trent McDuffie here. I think they also have a need at corner. And I think he is obviously the next best corner on the board. And he is a feisty one. I think he really fits that defense too. So I think Trent McDuffie, if he's there, they're running this pickup.
Yeah, for 19, we have the Saints. Joey mentioned they have a big need for a receiver here. So I think this is where they go, a wide receiver. It seems like an okay spot to grab one. And I think they go Treylon Burks is the next guy on the board that could help them out. So I got Treylon Burks here.
Yeah, I think this was like I have the same as that guy. Next best receiver. Obviously he didn't really perform well. He kind of profiles similarly to Michael Thomas. He's somewhat limited because he didn't run a lot of routes in Arkansas, but I still think there's one of those wow picks that you're just like, why did they do that, or why did they take this particular wide receiver? But that's what I have.
I got them taking Malik Willis. They don't have a first-round pick next year, so they can't draft a quarterback next year. They're going to need one probably next year because I don't think Winston's going to be part of the team. So if you're not going to have a first-round pick next year, use it this year on the quarterback. So Malik Willis to the Saints.
Not a bad take. For speaking of Malik Willis, I have him going to the Steelers at 20, which would actually be 12. So they'd be – so the Vikings would actually be here in my mock getting McDuffie. But I think regardless, Steelers are getting Malik Willis, whether they trade or stay here. getting Malik Willis.
I agree. That's what they've been married to a quarterback, I think, this whole time. And what's his name? Oh my God, I'm blanking on the coach's name. God damn it.
Tomlin.
Who? Tomlin. Yeah, Tomlin. Yeah, Tomlin's very, very kind of telegraphs his picks from recent years. Everyone knew they were picking Najee like months before the draft. I think they're either this, if let's say Malik Willis happens to go earlier, if they don't get their guy. I do feel that Desmond Ridder can also be a guy here. They might even move back a little bit, or 20 is still a decent pick where Desmond Ridder can go. I think they're just picking a quarterback.
I like it. I'll go here next at 21. Did you go to the Steelers, Brian?
Hey, you didn't go Steelers, Brian.
Go ahead.
Going Kenny Pickett.
Wow.
Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh? How original.
Pittsburgh. That's kind of what I'm going with. So they're going to get the hometown.
They're going to say, we're not even going to we're not going to send a car to have you fly over there. We're going to make you walk.
That's basically it. So that's
Just
what I'm
over
going
there in 10.
Could happen. For the Patriots, coming up next at 21, I have him getting Devin Lloyd, linebacker, Utah. He's a versatile player. Patriots have a need at linebacker. The Patriots are hard to kind of predict, but I don't think Belichick would pass on a Devin Lloyd still being their top linebacker available. So I got Devin Lloyd, Patriots.
Joey?
This can definitely be like a Karlaftis. I feel like this is going to be like a wacky, weird pick because that's what Belichick does. But I actually have Nakobe Dean, so the same position as Devin Lloyd. I'm just going to Nakobe Dean. I feel like they can use the speed in that middle of the defense. So I'm just going to go with that.
It's like a big shadow just casted over you, Brian. What happened?
It's someone who brings darkness to my life every day.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
I was stuck between Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean, but I think Nakobe Dean is the more.
We're live.
I'm not the one who said to bring darkness to your lives.
You deserve that comment.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going with Nakobe Dean. He seems like the more Patriots linebacker compared to Devin Lloyd.
Oh, wow, you're both going Dean. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been Lloyd. I agree with you. I think linebacker would be the way to go. And Darren is completely valid in how she feels after that comment. I will go with Green Bay Packers. I'll start that one off. I feel that they need a receiver. What would you guys think? This one's going to be another weird one. And I don't have any read on this. I just put a wacky one in here. I put John Mechie, wide receiver out of Alabama. He was a very, very top touted wide receiver before he got hurt early on the year. Very polished route runner. Questionable on the taking the top off the defense, but Devontae Adams never had that great speed. But I think he could profile as a Devontae Adams type in this offense with LaFleur. So I'm going there.
All right. I got a guy who just glitches off the screen, just like my screen here. Mr. Christian Watson. Is it Christian Watson? Yeah, Christian Watson. He's like one of my favorite receivers in this draft. And I think the Packers at 22 really want a big-time player, a player with high upside who can really just help out Aaron Rodgers there and just bring some excitement to the receiving core. And I don't think you can go wrong with Christian Watson here. Kind of raw, but
very raw. He doesn't have a lot of wiggle, man. He doesn't have a lot of shake. I think that would be a very.
You don't need to with Aaron Rodgers. He just throws it up.
I don't think that's what Aaron Rodgers wants. I think he wants a guy with a high IQ. I would think he would be pretty upset with that pick, in all honesty.
All right, let's see. This is a good one to bet on. Going Christian Watson, Packers.
Go ahead.
I got Devin Lloyd.
Definitely.
My opinion, probably the best player left. They lost, I think, Ladarius Smith, one of the two linebackers they lost to the Ravens. I think it was the Ravens. So I think he's gonna come in and replace him. So Devin Lloyd, linebacker, Utah.
Go ahead, kick off the next one, Brian.
Next pick, Andrew Booth. Going to
nice. Proud of you, sir. That bald head of yours, man.
Yeah.
Wipe that thing up on top.
He's probably the best corner available.
Yes,
huge fan of this guy.
Me too.
Me personally, I actually like McDuffie and Booth better than Gardner. But that's just me.
That's questionable, but I like both of them. So
yeah, so I'm going with Booth. They need a corner.
Okay. I mean, I like the sauce. You don't like the sauce?
He's not too much saucy for me. Not too much sauce.
Okay. You could just call him Ahmad then. Don't call him sauce.
Yeah,
just
I like
call him Ahmad.
I'm assuming Joey has the same pick.
No, I do have Andrew Booth. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. I don't think they're going to go for corner. I'm gonna think they're gonna go for a pass rusher. They just lost Chandler Jones. They need someone to put some pressure. So I'm gonna go with George Kalafakis over here.
Snuffleupagus.
Casanova, whatever his name is. Let's go.
What was that Kanye song that we always used to sing? Stick the pussy in the canastas.
Sarcophagus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we haven't seen that. That's been a while, man.
Oh,
I still sing that shit. I still sing it.
moving on, guys. Moving
but
on. Let's go to Dallas. I'll kick this one off because I just want to cut that off right there. Let's cut it out. I'm going with David Ajabo out of Michigan. I think this is just a no-brainer for them. I don't know. I think with Randy Gregory out of there, I think this is an immediate need, and he's a very, very good pass rusher. And I think it fills a need there too.
I was actually thinking about going that route as well, but then they lost Connor Williams, so I'm like, which route? Would they rather? Which one's a higher priority?
Like
Protecting
either
Dak,
you have Zion or
Prescott?
Kenyon Green here.
I got Zion Johnson.
Yeah, that's another. I was thinking him too. So we're on the same tip, but I just think
That's what I
Ajabo is a great player.
I feel like they
same.
put Prescott a little bit higher.
Same here. I had that same dilemma whether it was an edge guy or a guard, and I ended up switching back and forth, but I ended up choosing Zion Johnson here as well.
Copy.
And
Go ahead,
for the
guys.
next
Buffalo.
one, the Buffalo Bills, this is where I have Andrew Booth going. I think Buffalo really got hurt last season in the playoffs with the passing yards, whatever. They need a top corner opposite side of White. So Andrew Booth, I think, is a perfect fit.
Okay.
I have what do I have? Oh, that's my old one. I'm sorry. I switched over. I actually have Kyer Elam, another corner. I think this is also a little bit of a reach, but again, there's just always a couple guys in the round where you just don't expect it to go. But Kyer Elam has a lot of size. I think he's also a rangy kind of corner. He's a very tough in press coverage, and it kind of fits the scheme of how they want to play defense. I assume Leslie Frazier is still there. So, but yeah, Kyer Elam out of Florida.
That's actually a good pick. But I'm going to go with Breece Hall. I think they want to add a little bit more firepower to that offense. They get the best running back in the draft. First running back taken.
Definitely an option there too. I was debating that too. I think this is the first year. I don't know how many years prior. How long ago was it where no running backs went in the first round? Hasn't been too long, right?
I think no, I don't think it was that long.
No, it hasn't been that long, but I think they're starting to see like that position. A lot of GMs, I think they're going to hold off, especially there's not top heavy, so that's why I kind of stayed away from it. But I don't doubt them considering Breece Hall or Kenny Walker.
I think the Buffalo really doesn't care too much about running backs. They can get one later. I don't think they're going to get one in the first round. That's just my opinion. 26 Tennessee Titans. This is where I have, surprisingly, I don't know what you guys have, but I have Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, buddy. I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. I had the same pick.
So I think the Titans really only kind of downfall with inconsistent play of Ryan Tannehill. So I think getting a guy like Pickett, if he falls all the way here, I don't think they're going to pass up a guy like him to back up Tannehill and learn from him and then eventually take the role. So
originally in my first mock draft I had them taking a tight end, which was a little high. So kind of like the running back position. I don't think they're going to be a tight end the first round, but I had Trey McBride for them because they don't have a tight end. They really don't after they got rid of Jonnu. And I think now even Ferkser is gone, right? I don't even think Ferkser's there anymore. Or maybe he is. I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, they can use that. The other side of it is, to Yosa's point, I think Kenny Pickett is a good spot for him to go.
I got Tyler Linderbaum. I think they're going to shore up that offense line a little bit more, help Henry have a bigger hole when he goes inside. So they're going to get the best center in the draft.
Let's go to the next one. Go to Tampa Bay, buddy.
Yosa's a fan of the big holes. Open the big holes.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of holes. This is a hole that the Buccaneers need to fill, and that's Tyler Linderbaum. I guess this guy's just filling a bunch of holes everywhere. And another one here.
Play guard. He could definitely play guard. I know Jensen's coming back, so he would have to play guard there if he went there. I'm going with the need there. I have the best guard on the board still, Kenyon Green. So I have Kenyon Green going here, losing. I believe it was Alex Kappa left. So I think he can fit that one. But you guys, funny that Linderbaum's going there because you guys heard the story with Wirfs, right? As Brian even mentioned on the prospect show.
Oh yeah.
They wrestled together. So the fact that both Iowa boys are on this team, I think that would be a match made in heaven. I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, I think it's
Actually,
a perfect
I got Kenyon Green going to the Bucks.
Yeah,
He's in fill up the guard position. So either way, I think we're all pretty much going to go offensive line.
Yeah, and then for the next pick with the Packers, I have Kenyon Green going here. I think they need some offensive linemen, and he's probably the best interior that's left on the board here. So I think go Kenyon Green. Sure up the line.
I got Devin Lloyd here, so I had Nakobe Dean earlier, the Patriots. I go the next best. Interchangeably, Devin Lloyd could be the first inside linebacker going. But I have Devin Lloyd here. It definitely fills a need as well, and a great player on that defense. I have them getting an offensive player and a defensive player at their 2 picks.
I actually had Devin Lloyd going with their 22nd pick, the first round pick. Their second first round pick, I'm going with Chris Olave. They need a wide receiver. They finally get it.
That would be insane.
Yeah, I got him dropping down that much.
Wow. But that would be great. Aside from who did I have him go? I had John Mechie, but because Olave has gone earlier. But wow, that's great. I would love Olave's prospects in fantasy if that would happen.
That would be interesting. For 29, I have a receiver. The Chiefs obviously need one. It could be flipped for 29 and 30, whichever. But I have Jahan Dotson here from Penn State. Jahan Dotson. I think he's probably the best one on the board on my mock when it comes.
You gotta love my pick, Brad. Well, can I go before you on this one?
You know what?
You might have him
go before you because I think I know where you're gonna get. So
the sky's the limit.
That's okay. So I'm stuck between Dotson and Sky Moore. I'm gonna go with Sky Moore. I'm going with Joey. Sky Moore.
Sky's the limit.
Match made in heaven, don't you think, Brian? I mean, they get rid of Tyreek Hill. They need one of the most explosive playmaking type wide receivers. This is just like a no-brainer. If he's there, I know they can. I mean, he doesn't have to go in the first round, but it just fills that playmaking need. And I'll just go with the 30. I think I'm gonna go Boye Mafe out of Minnesota, outside linebacker, edge rusher. I think they can use a younger guy to complement Frank Clark. I know they traded for Melvin Ingram mid-year last year. I think a rotational player like him could fill a need to and get more pressure on the quarterback in this AFC West loaded division.
Yeah, for my 30th, they have a need at corner and safety. So why not get a guy that can do both? And that's Daxton Hill. He's the slot corner. He also plays safety. He can move around. I think it's a perfect fit for the Chiefs.
I got them going with Arnold Ekpeteki.
The Penn State guy.
He's a good edge. Penn State. He kind of has like an African last name, which kind of reminds me of Tamba Hali, which they drafted years ago. So that's why I kind of like it. I think it's
I'm gonna say Ebikiti. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna try it.
Ebikiti. Kind of reminds me of Tamba Hali. So that's what I'm going with.
All right. I got Tyler Linderbaum, 31 to Cincinnati. I got him going here. There's a lot of pub with this happening. Obviously, there's 30 other picks that have to go right before this. I think it's like an ideal scenario if this happens, because Linderbaum can go at least a handful to 10 picks earlier. He has that much talent. But imagine the offensive, the free agents that they did to shore up the offensive line for Burrow, and then to get him. I mean, they're going right back to the Super Bowl, at least on paper, if they shore up that offensive line. So, Linderbaum.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job shoring up the offensive line in free agency. I mean, they could still go another offensive lineman here, but I think they have another need at corner. We saw what Eli Apple did in the Super Bowl. I think they go Keelar Elam here, cornerback out of Florida.
My first mock draft, I had him going with Linderbaum. And now I got him going with Elam, quarterback Florida. So I basically pick with, I side with
Joey to me just jumps around,
Yeah, so I got him going Elam. They need to upgrade that corner position, so that's what I got him going with.
I feel like he just listens to our analysis, and then he's like, who makes more sense? And then he's just like,
especially when he
all right here, buddy. All right here, all my picks.
Yeah.
Wait, that looks like someone's mock draft that you just jocked right there.
Wow, that's mine.
Oh, I see what it is. All right. I have, for rounding out the first round, this is the Detroit Lions' second pick in the first round. I had them taking Aiden Hutchinson because Trayvon Walker went first. So I'm going with Matt Corral. I think they're going to go with the quarterback here. I think he is the third best quarterback in this draft. I know he hurt his ankle pretty bad in that bowl game. He shouldn't even played, but I love the fact that he fits the mold for Dan Campbell as well because he wants to play. That injury spoke to Dan Campbell. I think he wants him as his future signal caller. So there you go.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brian, so you don't steal my pick.
All right. So originally I put Daxton Hill, but I'm going to go ahead and change it now because when you have a pick in the first round, you get a fifth-year option. So that first round, even though like Lions have a pick like 2 picks later in the second round, you get that fifth-year option. And what better to do it to have it on the quarterback?
Exactly.
So I'm going with Matt Corral too. 32nd overall pick. I think there might be a
pretty
trade.
simpatico, man. We haven't talked at all, man. I'm going to say this: we haven't talked at all about this draft. So
yeah, I think there might be a trade because a lot of teams want to move in and get that last pick so they can get that fifth-year option on whatever player they really, really like. But I think Lions stay put and they get their quarterback.
I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying, but I think they go with different quarterback. I think they go with Desmond Ridder because he's been moving up. I've heard a lot of teams really actually like him as the third quarterback. And maybe the Lions are one of those teams. And I think if the last pick, the fifth-year option, all that makes sense, I just think they go Ridder at 32.
Just imagine that he ends up going the second round to the Panthers. Because I feel like that's another natural ideal.
Get on a second-round pick.
I know we're not doing second rounders, but I'm just saying, like, I feel
no,
like
Panthers don't have a second round.
Oh, they don't have a second round pick? Oh, I was just assuming just like from the first overall. I didn't look over next round.
That's why I don't think they go quarterback at all.
Yeah, they're not getting quarterback.
They're not getting one. They obviously don't know what they're doing. But that is the conclusion of our mock. Yeah. What do you guys think?
All right, you guys send me your mocks so I can put them in the description box so that people have it saved. So if you guys want to see our mock drafts, we'll have them in the description. Or if you guys also want to send me screenshots of your mocks, I'll post them on Instagram so people can see our mocks and go off that and just see how much we get right and go along the ride with it.
When I get all my picks right and ESPN comes with an offer, NFL Network comes with an offer, how much do you think I should ask for? Or should I go independent? Should I just start my own? Should I just stick with you guys, the guys from the bottom that helped me go to the top?
Definitely should just bring us with you so that way we can make our own little section in ESPN.
I think the real question is when you lose, are you going to finally eat those jelly beans?
That's and the snickle. Question. We're waiting on the snickle.
And the snickle.
When I win, I want you to trim my pubes. I want you to trim my pubes with your teeth. That's what I want.
End this.
Okay, all those pubes on your face already, dude.
I was going to say that.
Anyway, guys.
You guys just have well-trimmed pubes. That's about it. I just let my pubes
look a little nicer than both of theirs. Brian obviously has the best hair.
Yeah,
no question.
Had to do it. Sorry.
That'll do it. Post your mocks in the comment section if you want to see yours too. Have a good one. Good night.
Peace.